Healing isn't always something you talk through. Sometimes it's something you live your way back into. In chapter 18 of The Body Keeps the Score, Bessel van der Kolk invites us to sit with a quieter idea about trauma, that sometimes words just aren't enough, especially when what you've been through leaves you feeling disconnected, scattered, even unsafe in your own body. He writes, "Trauma results in a fundamental reorganization of the way mind and brain manage perceptions. It changes not only how we think and what we think about, but also our very capacity to think. And for many people, that change shows up as a constant sense of unpredictability, where even joy or connection feels just out of reach." That's why this chapter focuses on something surprisingly simple: structure. Not strict routines or rigid rules, but creative, meaningful structure. Something that helps give shape to experience. Van der Kolk shares the story of a theater program for teens who had lived through abuse, neglect, rejection, things that left them feeling unsafe and unseen. Traditional therapy didn't help much, but something changed when they got on stage. They were given scripts with lines, roles, and timing, and for the first time in a long time, there was a sense of order. In rehearsal, emotions became safe to explore. You could express deep feelings because they were inside a character. You weren't exposing yourself. You were just playing a part. Van der Kolk puts it this way: when people are compulsively driven to recreate their trauma, the theater offers a safe space where they can explore and contain intense feelings. And sometimes just having that script, that sense of what comes next, gives the nervous system permission to exhale. This kind of healing doesn't just happen by chance. Play, creativity, repetition, these aren't just nice ideas. They actually wake up parts of the brain that trauma tends to shut down, especially the prefrontal cortex, the part that helps us stay grounded, manage emotions, and imagine a future that feels safe. When you've lived through chaos, your brain starts expecting danger everywhere, but in a space that feels safe and structured. Like a rehearsal, a yoga class, or even a familiar daily walk, your body slowly begins to unlearn that threat. It starts to trust that not every feeling is dangerous, that not everything will break you, and that's where healing begins. You don't need to be on a stage or in some formal program to feel this kind of shift. What really matters is finding something that gives you just enough structure, something that helps you feel supported without being too rigid. Here are a few things that might help. You could try a class with a steady rhythm, something like Tai Chi, yoga, or dance. If you're not sure where to start, check out your local community center. They often offer free or low-cost classes that meet weekly, which makes it easier to build a routine. Or if you'd rather stay online, I personally had a good experience with Steezy Studio. It's self-paced, but still really easy to follow. Honestly, way better than most dance tutorials I found on YouTube, which often felt kind of dry or hard to keep up with. With Steezy, even as a beginner, I felt like I could actually follow along and enjoy it. It gives you structure, but in a way that feels playful, not stressful. Ease into writing, but keep it light and keep it contained. Set a timer for 7 to 10 minutes. Pick one prompt. Don't overthink it. If you're not sure where to find prompts, try searching shadow work prompts on Pinterest or Google. You'll find tons, many of them created by licensed therapists, psychologists, and other mental health professionals. Even TikTok has more helpful content than you might expect. There are therapists who walk you through reflection questions in a way that's simple, approachable, and easy to follow. Just pick one and go with it. You don't need a perfect setup. A few minutes is enough. Try something expressive, like improv or storytelling games. It doesn't have to be serious or theatrical. Even something casual, like playing a game with a friend or joining a low-pressure group online, can help. The point isn't to perform, It's to experiment, to see what it feels like to express something through another voice, another character, without judgment. Move in a way that helps you let go. If you've been carrying a lot emotionally, sometimes the body speaks when words can't. That might mean martial arts, ecstatic dance, or even a guided somatic release session. You can find them at wellness centers or through online facilitators. Look for something that feels inviting, not overwhelming. Because really, this isn't about doing the perfect thing. It's about finding something with a beginning, a middle, and an end. So your nervous system learns that it's safe to feel what it's feeling and then settle back down. Trauma can make the world feel random and unpredictable. It can keep you bracing for impact long after the danger is gone. But structure, especially when it's creative and safe, gives your body a chance to start trusting again, to rehearse a new way of being over and over until it starts to feel like home. So whether it's through movement, music, acting, writing, or even just breathing into the quiet, remember this: the body keeps the score. But you still have a say in how the story unfolds, and if something in this chapter speaks to you, I really encourage you to read The Body Keeps the Score. This book doesn't offer easy answers, but it does offer something just as important: understanding. And sometimes that's exactly where healing begins.